Good morning, and thank you for joining me. This is Grillenheimer once again with a very short, inspiring word for the day. And right now we have just the demo version of Yoshi's World in the background. And I've mentioned a lot about self-control, and this is all what this message is about. No, these are not my normal sunglasses. I think these are my daughters. Aren't they pretty? On me. Anyway, and we've been talking about a lot about self-control throughout the years. People poo-poo the Bible. People don't believe the Bible. But if you were that abhorrent about the book, and think it has controversial, and think that it doesn't make sense, think that some of the stories and lessons contradict each other, it is all about self-control. There are common themes running throughout the entire length of the Bible. Jesus shows up in every form imaginable throughout every book of the Bible. But another running theme is self-control. We have to learn to control ourselves. We are living in this world. This world is just a drop for us in the depths of time. For when we are gone here, that is just the beginning. This is our trial. This is our test. This is our short life. This is the beginning of a spiritual life in which we will have forever once we pass from here. But one thing we can't get overwhelmed by is our sinful nature, the sinful world we live in, and our emotions and how we react. YouTube is a great tool. YouTube is great. A lot of social media can be very good, but there's a lot of things being blocked, a lot of good things being banned, a lot of good things that promote the good word that are being redacted and taken out because they are good. It's just that. It's just that backwards. Or the correct news, or the truth. Some people are too much afraid of the truth. And it's a reaction. It's an emotional reaction. We need to understand we have got to control our emotions and not be overtaken by them. It can be harder for others. Now just forget about social media or corporate. We got to bring this in smaller and be one-on-one. Me and you and me, or you and God, or you and Christ. It can be harder. For emotions can be tough for us to wrap ourselves around, tough for us to understand, tough for us to react. We live in a world now which I never thought I'd ever see. I have a son. It's not just him. Everybody is getting over-entertained with watching people's reactions to crap because it's funny. Excuse me, stupid people, dumb people, doing silly things or dumb things and their reactions to it, and in return they're getting a reaction from us as entertainment because we're laughing. Reaction to reaction to reaction. That's all we're doing, is reacting to things that we're seeing and hearing now, from memes to videos to etc. Whatever. It's all over TV now, and I guess that's some thanks to reality TV. Even though we have found reality TV is not now real, so something else to think about. In lieu of that, we need to watch how much online interactions we're doing, and electronic dependence. In this world, anybody, moi, and I'm not exactly talking about games or video games or cell phone games. There can be some of that too, because they want to draw you in. They want your money. You can't just buy a game and go, ooh, this is fun, and play from beginning to end, and ooh, let's do it again, beginning to end. They keep asking for money. These games don't end anymore. They want you to spread out and get more and more, and oh, we can keep charging them. Oh, we'll make it look like it's free, but the meat of the game is what's going to keep you playing. The meat of the game is going to make you give them money, which is not how games initially were intended. Well, I take that back. Arcade games of skill, they were, to some extent. But I'm focused on emotions right now. It can be harder for others to rein in our emotions because we're all built differently. We're differently chemically built. And because of that, it can be harder for certain people to rein in certain emotions and how we react to our emotions. We have to really watch and listen to our bodies. Not just what we're doing, but how we're reacting to what other people are doing. It's a two-way street. It's a three-way street. It's an all-way intersection. And some things, it is a mental exercise. You know, how were you born? A baby. How did you grow? About 5'4". That's how. You weren't born 5'4"? No, I grew that way. Oh, are you in music? Yeah. Were you born that way? No. You know, how did you get into it? I practiced. Are you good? No. Well, then why are you in music? Because I like it. You know? Oh, you can draw. How well? Oh, you draw so well. How'd you learn to do that? I don't know. Oh, or I did this. Well, I did that. You know, answer your own questions to some of your own skills. Some of us are given with God-given skills. Skills are different from emotional setbacks. I read an article, and I almost talked about it. I may mention it in another video. I'm running out of time. But I didn't want to. It was so good, I don't want to just read it verbatim. I don't want to plagiarize. But it was extremely good. And let's hit Psalm 37, verse 8. Refrain from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself, only to evil. Fret. We see a lot of teenagers worrisome. We see a lot of teenagers acting weary. We see a lot of young adults seem overwhelmed from their environment, by their emotions and how they're reacting to their environment around them. Whether it's a political environment, which is heavier than I've ever seen it. Politics should not be in our every single day lives. And it didn't used to be. It didn't used to be this way, guys. It really didn't. I saw the writing on the walls in the early 90s when the Clintons were coming in power. And I warned my parents, they didn't believe me. And now it's here. And it's just gotten worse than political environment. But you know, don't fret. You know, don't be worried. Well, how can I not be worried? I've got this, and this is going on in my parents, and my job, and my classes, and my work, blah, blah, blah. And then this shooting here, and this happened here, and this is bad, and that's bad, and this is bad, and it's all affecting me. You have to put up barriers. You have to think logically. You can't keep reacting because you're seeing other people reacting. Don't join the crowd. Join with Christ. And when He's in your heart, He can help you begin the growth. You weren't born that way. Growth to controlling our emotions, to controlling your emotions. And that's where I'm going with all this. And another key to this, we can't be lackadaisical. We can't afford to be pedantic in our daily lives. We need to be active. They got that 600-pound show. I can't stand watching that when someone turns it on. I'm just like, I just want to say, turn off. Turn off. Why are you watching this? because we are seeing, and they're almost glorifying, how these very large people, I would think they should be dead. How did they get that large? How many Little Debbies have they eaten? How much pasta have they eaten? How much cheeseburgers and pizza and how much? They're so lost in a comfort zone, they can't get out of the comfort zone. They haven't set up barriers for themselves. Yes, this is a free country. Yes, we do not want government controlling every facet of our lives. Lives, whatever. We need to be in control. We do. But because of that, we need to learn to restrict ourselves. Like the theme of Jurassic Park, you know, and I've mentioned this before. You have the knowledge, and you went ahead and took the next step. You didn't think about the consequences. You didn't think about should you. You didn't think about the morality of it. The good. Is this good? Is this bad? It's the decisions we make that is key. And when you're emotionally impaired, when your emotions are taking control, we can't be pragmatic in that way. It clouds our minds. We have to bring ourselves back down to earth and be grounded. And that's what Christ can help do for us. And when we are lazy and pedantic and sitting around playing this stuff all the time, and we're not out enjoying the day, walking, running, jogging, biking, fishing, sports, working in your yard, working on your car, washing your driveway, sweeping this, sweeping that, making things look good and something to be proud of. Hey, this is mine and I like it. I'm keeping it up. I'm maintaining it. The more action you do, the more things you do for yourself, even the practical stuff like feeding yourself, making a dinner to sit down to, making your lunch for others, etc. Doing the laundry, simple things, cleaning up. We tend to think more outward about other people instead of inward. The more we sit, the more we broaden on just us and me, I, my, and myself. The more you sit, and I've noticed this myself, as have y'all. The more you sit and do nothing, the more you think about your own self instead of others. The more you're working, you're thinking outwardly about other people. There is a change in your thinking. It is a mental practice. And it is something that we all need to be better at doing. And with that, I'm going to say thank you. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll do another short this time. And possibly another Transformer card video is coming as well. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. And thanks a lot.